Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and today I'm doing unboxing and review of this epic, huge Brickmania kit. This is F-117A Nighthawk Stealth Attack Aircraft or Stealth Bomber. Let's go ahead and give it 360 on the box. We see some box art in the back of it too. You can see the front of the plane, really nice. Again, we got the Lockheed Martin logo right here. And F-117 Nighthawk. This is set number 8040, and let's go ahead and look at the plaque and gives a little bit of information on the kit itself. As you can see here, we have a name of the kit, F-117A Nighthawk, Stealth Attack Aircraft, designed by Daniel Siskid. Kit number and the skill level is 4 out of 5. It consists of 1,624 Lego elements, and we have one custom minifigure. And the minifigure is right over here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into unboxing part of it. Let's go ahead and cut the box. And see what's inside. I'm really excited. Oh wow, we have this huge manual. We have a small sticker sheet right inside of it. As you can see, it's wrapped in plastic. So inside the box, we have bags, and they are letter numbered. I don't know if you can say that way. So we have a bag A, bag B, bag C, and bag D. I'm assuming this is the order that I should be building the kit. And we have a little bit of a picture in here too. That's how it's supposed to look like at that stage or level of assembly. I am curious, where are the printed elements, and it looks like they are in bag, somewhere in bag C. Go ahead and open this up. Yes. And we can see here are some of the printed elements. We got the Air Force, and we got the screen right over here, and you can see it's been printed to get that iconic shape. Alrighty, so I finished the build of Brickmania kit F-117A Nighthawk Stealth Aircraft. As you can see here, it's on the table, all built with this landing gear down configuration. Just a little heads up, I am not going to be giving it 316 the landing gear down kind of setup. This kit is not going to make it. I'm just having it right now, kind of just to show you how it looks with the gear down and the bomb bay open. But I am planning to put it on the stand. I mean, actually, this kit does come with this pretty solid stand, so this is the goal I'll be putting on top of it. Yeah, this is definitely not a play model, something you don't want to kind of having this kind of setup and having it roll around. Definitely not recommended. Yeah, this is pretty big instruction manual that this Brickmania kit comes in, so this is kind of looks like one of those like UCS sets, this UCS Star Wars sets that you get. You get all this. I mean, it's quite decent size, but the manual itself is actually fairly good. Everything is labeled nicely. I mean, you can see all the steps well, all the parts that you're using. So, in that, from that sense point of view, it's actually a really nicely made manual. The only thing is, like I said, this is not the fault of the build or anything like that. This is a very predominantly black kit. I mean, this is a stealth plane, so it's all in black, so it can be at times a little bit challenging when you look at basically a page just full of black plates or kind of all the styles and stuff. Just kind of have to pay attention to what you're doing while building this thing, but if you pay attention to it like step by step, you should do just fine. Now let's kind of dive into the kit itself. There's a couple things I want to talk about this. First off, there was basically, I was kind of on YouTube and on different kind of social media channels. It seems like some people that got this aircraft, this kit, they had some issues with its build. I didn't have any major issues. The only issue that I actually did have is with the nose. I probably will get to this a little bit later in this video, kind of show somewhat what I did, but I did modify the nose. When you actually, the original, all the parts that you get with, you do have a little bit of a challenge time putting the nose piece inside. So what you do need is you probably have to add one of your personal like 1x2 I had like a black plate element, so part you just put that in there and it fits fine. But I still was not a big fan of this nose configuration. So what I did here, I actually used all the nose elements. I took some of them out and I made it a little bit like on the thinner side, trying to match it what I think the real thing kind of, like the real aircraft kind of looks like from the profile view. Probably gonna add a picture so you can kind of check that out, and you actually still have some parts left over from that. And the only thing that you need to get that modified is you need 4x2 plate. So I use that 4x2 plate. If you want for me to make another video on how exactly I modified the nose piece to get it to the shape that I kind of like personally. Again, this is a very intrigued and difficult design. There's kind of all kind of different kind of shapes coming into the plane to design this plane. So for me, I prefer it this way. I mean, from different angles, maybe you look at it, maybe the original design of the nose works as well. I decided to modify it on mine. I mean, it's Lego. I mean, you get to play with it, you get to do whatever you want with it. So I just went ahead and did that. So I did a little bit of modification on this section. Other than that, I really didn't have any major issues or major problems with the build itself. So let's go ahead and get into something else I want to show. This is design of the bomb. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I really like how Brickmania designed those bombs. So the clip underneath the plane, there's a bomb bay, which I'll be showing in a second. So you do get 2 of those. This actually, you get 1 sticker sheet. I have not applied the sticker sheet. And it looks like that. You get this Air Force insignia. My goal right now is actually to get this aircraft on a stand. So let me go ahead and show you the bottom of the plane, just really quickly, and show you how the landing gear, or like where this is going, fits properly. See if I have to cut this out later, if it's gonna fall apart or something on me. So the best way is to lift it from the back. As you can see here, this is the bottom area. So this is where the bombs will be fitted into. I don't know if I'll be able to actually clip those in there. Maybe something I'll do on a later time when I have it on the stand. I don't want to mess around with it too much. So this is the bomb bay doors. And I don't know if you can see here. I can't see like what am I feeling, but this is where how the landing gear goes. So the back of the wheels. We have actually some printed elements right over here, and we have some printed elements right over here. We have this, I guess a flirt or like some kind of radar piece, and then this goes in the front. So let's hopefully get that inside. So let's go ahead and try to put this on the stand. All right, so I managed to get this F-117 kit on the stand. So now it's a lot easier to work with it, to move it around. It's definitely a lot better than just kind of handling it by the fuselage itself. And let's have a quick look on the actually print elements. So this kit actually came with quite a lot of print elements. So I already showed the bottom part of the flirt or the radar, that element that it had, and some of the markings. Now we have the Air Force insignia, and we have this one print which is kind of cool, which says 4,450th Tactical Group. So and there's like eagle drawing or something on it. Again, some print elements here. We got the ejection. And then we got this nice little print element right in front of the cockpit. And then same thing on the sides. We have print element on the back, on the tail end. That looked nice. And the highlight of the whole kit, in my opinion, and this is awesome. And we got the canopy, and that's printed. So the cockpit looks really nice. And I'm really glad that Brickmania was able to use this canopy and get that nice little cockpit look for this F-117. I'll try to give it a little bit closer look into the inside of the cockpit. As you can see here, all this, the seat and additional like gear gauges and stuff was also printed. So that's very nice. While I'm at it, I might as well just kind of show off the minifigure. It's printed all around. You got the American flag on the bottom over here. And then we got the female face. And it just says BKM. And this is the face. Just last quick thing, I just give it a quick look on the nose section that I did modify. I'm gonna add the picture of the original nose section, the way you would assemble it based on the instructions and the build. This is how I modified. Again, I used all the same bricks that they use for the nose section, except I used one of my 2x4 plates. And actually I can pull this off and show you where I used it. I simplified the nose, but to me the profile, so there, this is the one 2x4 I used from my own personal collection. So it's really easy to get that fixed in here. Nothing too complicated. I do like the profile a little bit more this way. However, I do unfortunately get this a little bit of this gap in here, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. All right, so just a little bit of a background on this aircraft. This cool, iconic F-117 that everyone knows and recognizes the shape of. This aircraft was being developed in the 70s by Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. It's somewhat in this kind of secret type of textile laboratory deals when no one should have known about it. The actual aircraft was not revealed until the 1990s, and in 1991 it's already been pretty much used and was in action bombing Baghdad as part of this Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. And I mean, United States pretty much used it throughout the 90s. Unfortunately, one of the first and only ones that have F-117s that were shut down, it happened in 1999 during this Yugoslavia short conflict that the United States was involved. And everyone knows there's going to be memes. Yes, there's a NEVA, the old USSR anti-air missile thing that shut it down, and there's a bunch of memes about it, and everyone keeps talking about it everywhere you go, any kind of social media, on Instagram. Yes, we all know about it. It did happen. And one of the reasons why I actually did get shut down is that the Yugoslavians, actually Serbians, had actually posted a lookout for this aircraft, for the F-17s taken off from the airbase, and they knew exactly when they were flying. They had their schedule set up, and the second where the F-17 opened up its bomb base, then they turned on the radars and they were able to actually detect it and fire a couple missiles that ended up damaging the plane enough so the pilot actually evacuated, and then the plane did end up crashing. So yes, so let's pass those memes. Let's pass those. Sorry, we didn't know it was invisible or stealth. Let's move on from that. Yes, it did happen, but overall, this aircraft has a really amazing track record. I mean, if you look at it, how many conflicts and probably how many bombing runs it was involved in, it's only had one basically that was brought down. Not that bad at all. So now this F-117 program stopped, and then this amazing aircraft, iconic aircraft, was actually retired in 2008, and it was replaced by F-22, also made by Lockheed Martin's Raptor stealth fighter aircraft. So one of the reasons why the shape is this way is back in, I guess, the time they were trying to develop it, they thought, the radar cross section was the best, or I mean the computers that analyzed it was the minimum is in this kind of configuration. So this is how they developed. Obviously now the aircrafts are no longer in this kind of don't have this kind of edges on, or like this kind of shapes. They are more rounded, but yeah, that's kind of basically explains the shapes. And then because of that, they actually sacrificed some of the aerodynamics of this aircraft. So what they ended up doing is actually installing some kind of like smart computers in here, so they would assist the pilots to steer the craft, navigate the aircraft, to land it, and all that kind of stuff, even while it was in the middle of the bombing raid. Anyways, yeah, this is, I mean, really cool aircraft. It has a lot of history behind it. All right, so the final thoughts, what do I think about this kit? Honestly, there's a couple things that could have been probably done a little bit better, but then again, how much better can you do this? I watched the video that Dances could put up on his channel, or Brickmania channel, that, you know, yes, it would be nicer to have this build to be a little bit sturdier, you know, then it doesn't maybe fall apart or something, it doesn't fall off, maybe have some kind of Technic thing inside. But again, can you really put a Technic inside? Now there's so much going on with this bay doors and landing gear and that kind of stuff, so that kind of makes sense. At the end of the day, this is a really cool display model, and that's all it is. I mean, at this point, it's essentially just a display model. You can't really play with it too much. All these panels kind of fit somewhat gently in there. There's not a lot of studs that connect to it. I would definitely not recommend to play with it too much unless you have to. I personally would not be kind of getting into like landing gear down and opening the bay doors unless I have to. I'm probably just gonna keep it on the stand like that. It's a really cool display model. I give props to Brickmania for actually making this iconic plane and really taking the challenge on to building this in the form that it is. Again, I think this is somewhat difficult angles, but overall, I think Brickmania did a really good job with it. Outside of being, again, this is more of a display fragile model. The price is a little bit on the higher end, again, but this is a quite big kit. You can definitely compare it to some kind of UC or Star Wars set. I'm really happy with it. Would I recommend it? I personally would recommend, if you're really a fan of this iconic aircraft, and if you are, you know, willing to maybe work with the fact that it's a bit fragile, and maybe you can work with some modifications. Hopefully this is a part of the first batch. Maybe the second batch will have some kind of more of updates, or like I said, the front nose section will get fixed from Brickmania. Again, I didn't mind making my own just modification. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you addressed some of the questions, or you maybe have a little bit more insight on this. I think a really cool kit and a really iconic aircraft. So anyways, if you like the video, please hit the like. You know, I appreciate that. You know, I put work into it, and it just kind of shows that people do enjoy watching what I do. Anyways, yeah, so subscribe for the channel for more content like that, hopefully to come. And yeah, bye for now.